It's David.
Lie, by the sounds of it.
I don't know. I'm just chuckling away to myself. I can no longer drink orange squash. I'm telling you, I think I've become hysterical. I can no longer drink orange squash because it sends me berserk.
And when did you discover this?
Oh, I discovered it last summer.
And what kind of berserk are we talking?
Really sort of very giggly and odd and rude.
Imagine I'm in a garden with you and you've just had quite a bit of orange squash,
yeah.
and I say, hey, how are you doing?
I'm all right, what about you?
I'm fine.
I sort of realised, oh, hang on, that was misjudged. I was trying to be friendly, but I've seemed really harsh.
I haven't seen you for a while. Is your wife here?
I don't know. Why don't you look for her?
She's probably out there rewrapping the car again!
What was this event?
It was a party at a friend's, in a garden at a friend's house.
How did people react when you became berserk?
Well, I think most people were kind. But it was my wife essentially said, you've gone a bit weird. And maybe we should go. Have a glass of water.
You've had too many, love.
Yeah.
So what are you going to say? Is he telling the truth?
Maggie, you think it's...
I think it's a lie.
You think it's a lie? Phil?
I say it's a lie.
Well, then, if my team says it's a lie, then I will overrule and say it's the truth.
Think it's the truth?
I might overrule for what? I never overrule.
Go on, then.
But I'm feeling a bit like... Do you know why? I had a small sunny delight before the show. And I'm feeling a bit like... Yeah, whatever.
David, they're saying it's the truth. Is it the truth or is it a lie?
It is a lie. I've had to prise open my bedroom door for the last 2 years, ever since the door handle fell off.
What do you use to prise open the door?
Just my fingernails. And you have to go to the top of the door jamb.
Is it an out or a... No,
It all depends which side.
Do you live on your own?
I can answer that.
I have a flatmate, but it's just my bedroom, yeah.
It's only you that has the inconvenience.
So you have to do...
I'm absolutely the only person who ever needs to get in or out.
He speaks to me with a stare, and I don't know...
That's just, you know,
Don't
a
say
look
anything.
of resignation.
Why haven't you just whipped out a knob and affixed it to the entrance?
Basically, it's not really... You can't just screw it back on because the holes that the screws...
The thread's gone.
That's it!
Keely, speaking as the only woman, in your single days before you settled down...
Oh, God.
And
yes.
you'd have been met as David and you'd be getting on like a wildfire, and he said, well, why don't you come back to my... I know you don't like this. I know you don't like it. It's either this or Ronnie Corbett. Right. Why don't you come back to my apartment and we could settle down and have a game of Boggle? So you go there, and he said, well, why don't we go upstairs? And you go upstairs and you get to the door and there's no handle or knob. Would that put you off?
This actually happened to me once.
David! David! You're a dark horse.
I don't remember.
I stayed over, and when I got up in the morning to leave, I couldn't get out. And I didn't know where I was.
You didn't know where you were?
Wow, really?
I had to ring the fire brigade.
I think I should say at this point, this was not at my house.
And they had to come and put a ladder up to the window and give me a fireman's lift out.
Where was the man who you'd gone back with?
He'd gone to work.
He'd gone to work and locked you in for later.
Didn't know.
She'll keep till I get back. Wow. OK, what are you going to say, Lee?
I think it's a lie.
You think it's a lie?
It looks like a man that's got well-maintained doors.
Yeah.
I'll say it's a lie.
OK, then we'll say it's a lie.
You're saying it's a lie. David Mitchell, were you telling the truth or were you telling a lie?
It is, in fact, true.
Yes, it's true. David has had to prise open his bedroom door for the last 2 years, ever since the door handle fell off. Joe, what is Liz to you?
Well, this is Liz, and when she was a baby, I accidentally dropped her in a pond.
There will be time. There will be time. Larry, would you tell us what Liz is to you?
This is Liz, who taught me basic bar skills before I went to work in the Queen Vic.
OK, and David, what is Liz's connection with you?
This is Liz, and together we are writing a guide to the castles of Britain.
Lee's team, where do you want to start?
I think we've got to start with Joe. What are you talking about?
When I was about 7.
7?
7 or 8, yeah. Me and my 2 brothers were looking after Liz, and she was a baby. She was about, I don't know, well, how old is a baby?
Like, I don't know. You decide, Joe. It's your story.
Who was the oldest looking after the baby?
Yeah, that's what...
my brother.
He was how old?
He's a year and a half older than me.
So he was 9 and a half,
yeah.
And his role was the chief leader of looking after the baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what a great job you all did, may I say. Apart from the dropping it in the pond bit.
Why were you near a pond?
Because I lived in the country, and, ooh, there's ponds in the country, Carol.
Being rude to Carol Vorderman's not going to get you out of trouble, Joe.
To be honest,
How did the actual dropping happen in the pond?
We were playing catch with her.
Oh, come off it. You were playing catch?
We were just trying to make her laugh, just throwing her to...
Right.
I think we should move on to castles.
I absolutely think we should move on to castles.
Yeah.
with the first question, what's your favourite and why, Dave?
I have 2 favourite castles, and they're because castles I discovered as a child.
Right.
And they, not on my own, they've been previously discovered by... One is a castle in Wales, in the Mumbles, near Swansea, and that's called Oystermouth Castle.
It's called what?
Oystermouth Castle.
I can vouch for that.
Yeah, but hang on, what are you thinking about?
What kind of castle is that?
That's a sort of Norman... I think a sort of late Norman kind of castle with a keep and a...
What do you like about Oyster Castle?
Oystermouth.
I like it because it's quite a sort of traditional, old-fashioned castle with a moat and
An
a wall around
old-fashioned
it.
castle.
They all tend to be traditional.
That's amazing, that.
As opposed to these new modern ones with stone cladding.
It has always been irritating to me that very few castles completely adhere to what I imagine being the typical castle.
What was yours again, Larry?
Larry, yeah, what was yours again?
Definitely.
This is the lady who taught me my basic bar skills for when I was working in EastEnders.
And what are the 3
Working at
most
the Vic.
important bar skills that you now have?
My character is supposed to have spent years working in the bar and pub business. So, you know, it's timing. It's not just a case of, you know, pull a pint. You've got to pull a pint and be talking to a customer, taking money.
What sort of lines might you say, Larry?
You might say, how you doing, sunshine? Or,
Did you go to her or did she come to you?
No, you go to her.
And is that near the studios?
Like, this has been years of,
They've been doing this for evidently 8 years. I've only been there for a year and a half, and it's just an induction thing. So automatically, what happens?
Did Barbara Windsor go?
Barbara Windsor had to go after, because she's been there for sort of nearly 20 years.
So for 20 years, then they said, OK, it's been OK so far, but we've decided, suddenly... The first 14 years was great, but now it's about time you had a bit of bar training, because we can't keep putting up with you missing that pint pot anymore. Pouring it over your head and then your bra falls off.
Definitely, Larry. It's definitely, it's not Joe, that's completely inconceivable. You would not give a very small baby to 3 very young children, even in the 60s.
Who went in the water to get the baby out?
My brother Bill.
No.
What, because he had the right beak shape?
Lee, I'm going to push you for an answer, Lee.
Larry, say Larry.
I'll say Larry.
I'll vote it in, say Larry.
You're saying it's Larry.
I don't think any of them are
OK.
It's true.
Liz, would you like to reveal your true identity?
I know Jo. She dropped me in a pond when I was a baby.
Yes. We've actually got a photo of the two of you together.
Got that fear in her face.
Liz, congratulations. I don't know why I'm congratulating you for being thrown into a pond. And thank you so much for coming. Liz.
Occasionally, as a treat, I put Marmite on my face and let my dog lick it off.
Face. Yeah. And this is a treat for you or the dog?
I see it as a treat for the dog, because...
How does he see it?
Like many people, I don't... Apparently also very much as a treat.
What kind of dog, please?
She's a Springer Spaniel.
You say this is predominantly for the dog. You must enjoy it on some level, because that's quite an extreme activity to do with...
I've always
just for a dog.
I've always liked having my face licked by the family dog. Always.
By just the dog? Anyone else?
Well, cats have a raspy, sandpapery tongue, and it's not nearly so nice.
Have you ever been caught in that awkward moment where you've marmited up and then somebody's rung the doorbell?
By members of the household, but not by strangers at the door.
Do dogs like Marmite?
Dolly does.
I'm not sure that's a helpful line of inquiry, is it?
Do dogs like...
They like salt.
Of course it's a helpful line of inquiry.
Is it a helpful line of inquiry?
If all dogs hate Marmite, it can't be true.
Yeah, I don't think there's anybody on the planet that could answer that question properly.
You don't think there's anyone
on the planet that could answer the question, do all dogs like Marmite? No, I don't think there is.
I don't want this to sound like a rebuke. What I was saying was whether anyone knew whether or not all dogs might hate Marmite. You'd know if all dogs...
That's very much just the other side of the coin, in my book.
No, this isn't a coin. There are three things here. There's dogs all hate Marmite,
Yes.
there's dogs all like Marmite,
Yes.
or there's dogs have a similar view to Marmite as humans do.
Yeah, what, let me go hate it?
Rob, as someone who's now in Series 4, you never get into conversations like this with David. He always wins or wears you down. Just don't do it.
Surely it is almost certainly true that some dogs will like Marmite and some won't.
No. For example, I would say that no cats like baked beans.
Would you?
No! You're definitely wrong about that.
For 2 hours, my cat got stuck in a fridge and genuinely ate a bowl of baked beans. Genuine, I swear on my life.
How did the cat get stuck in the...
The cat, I don't know, just leapt in when my mum opened it once.
And then and you didn't see it?
And
She didn't see a cat in the fridge?
She did that! Probably got some milk, cat jumped in, shut.
Well, she got the milk for the cat, and then where's the cat? Have you seen the cat?
Maybe I'm wrong about cats and baked beans. What I'm saying is there are some foods liked by many humans that certain other species will never eat. Yeah. So what I'm saying is different species like different things, and it is possible.
You said that the things that humans eat, that other animals, all other animals are species...
We've got to learn to work together.
Well, yeah, you really have. In that case, you need to change your opinion.
This programme has taken on a tone of civil unrest. I sense anarchy at the gates. David, I'll caution you once. Control your team.
I'm going to have to call in the UN. I can no longer vouch for my team.
Excuse me, what have I done?
I feel like a supply teacher who's been parachuted into a problem school. And is finding it very difficult to cope. Hugh, your original statement was to do with the dog licking off your face. Now, how often does this occur?
It's something I started doing as a kid because it was a good way to... That was several dogs...
Good way to what?
to get the family dog to lick my face.
So, David Mitchell, what are you saying? Truth or lie?
Rod, what do you think?
Oh, no.
I think whatever my captain thinks, I will back him to the hilt.
Oh, my word.
Can I just say that he just touched David's leg in a slightly effeminate manner? Like that.
If that's what it takes to have them working as a team, Miranda, I'm happy.
That whole row was sexual tension, is that what you're doing?
Is that sexual tension?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't like it. Miranda, what do you think?
I think it is a lie because he doesn't look that desperate for affection in his life.
It has to be a lie, David, otherwise there's something wrong with him.
So you both think it's a lie?
Yes.
OK, we'll say lie.
There's a lot riding on this
All right.
one.
So, Hugh Fernley-Whittingstall.
It was a lie.
I once accidentally left a goldfish on top of a petrol pump.
Lee's team.
OK, when was this?
About in the late 90s.
The late 90s, that's
Where'd
quite
you got
old.
this goldfish from that you were at a petrol pump with it?
I was basically in a car with some friends of mine, and we were driving back from the Edinburgh Festival, and the goldfish had been a prop.
Is it in a bowl or a plastic bag?
It's neither.
What's it in?
It's in a sort of Tupperware.
But it's got water in, right?
Yes.
And holes in the top?
Yeah.
Yes, but none in the bottom. We stopped for some petrol, and I fancied stretching my legs because I was sitting in the passenger seat with a goldfish on my knee.
Right.
You were travelling back with it on your knee?
Well, how would you?
I wouldn't be so selfish. I'd have gone by submarine and towed it. But I'm different to you. I'm far more giving than you.
I think you have an exaggerated idea of how wide Britain's canals are. Because if you tried to take it by sea, the salt would have killed it, you barbarian.
Oh, it wasn't the salted goldfish?
A salted goldfish is a starter. This was a pet.
So you rested it on top.
Yeah.
Now talk us through what happens next.
I get out of the car with the goldfish, put it on the petrol pump.
Again?
No, I'm rewinding a bit.
Oh, right. So, all right, I'll rephrase the question. Tell us what happens next, but before that, go back 10 seconds. Because, quite frankly, that was the gripping bit of the anecdote. I'd like to hear it again. So, go on, then. You all get back in the car.
Yeah, and we drive off.
How far had you gone?
I think it was several miles. I, at this point, realise, I'm feeling sort of more comfortable and less sort of stiff and clammy than I have been for the first bit of the journey. And then I realised, hang on, we've left the goldfish behind.
OK, what do you think, Lee? Is he telling the truth?
June.
I mean, I don't see why it's so important, but I think...
Well, I wouldn't say so much important as we were just engaging with the basic premise of the show.
And what do you think, then? Come on, now.
Well, now you've put me under pressure, and now I realise it's like to be a guest. I'm genuinely worried.
You see what I mean?
It's horrible, isn't it?
Don't make us do it, you do it. Now, what do you...
He hasn't made an actual decision since Series 4.
Yeah. I just realised what everyone else says. I didn't know I was going to be asked what I think.
June, we'll go for it. The women will decide.
Oh.
Yes, brilliant.
All right, it's a lie.
Yes,
you say it's a lie, you say it's a lie. In that case, true.
We could have asked it.
We think it's a lie.
So a lie, saying lie?
All right, I'll go for a lie.
So, David, the goldfish in the petrol station, truth or lie?
It is true.
Oh, no!
I am absolutely repulsed by beards. When my friend grew a beard, I changed my phone number so he couldn't contact me.
Right, there we are. Lee.
What's his name?
His name is Ben.
Ben. And what did Ben do?
Well, he used to be a child. Then when he got older, he was a tree surgeon.
Right. So, what is it about beards that you find so repulsive?
Well, it's just... like the idea of touching a beard is horrible, and it can't be hygienic. I mean, there must be dirt in it.
Look to your left. I think you'd have to go a long way to find a better, more respectfully kept beard than David Mitchell's.
But David Mitchell can afford to have a beard cleaning person. The average beard person, they don't even wash it, do they? It's all dirty, bits of egg in there and all sorts.
You would obviously never consider a beard yourself, then, obviously.
Oh, no,
But on a windy day, surely those bits of hair around the side of your head are going to go over your face, because that's quite long hair you've got there.
But they're all lovely and soft.
Wow.
Whereas when a beard is all scratchy and thick hair.
I imagine David's beard isn't scratchy. I imagine David's beard is comforting, soft and welcoming. And I invite you now to enjoy David's beard.
I mean, strictly speaking, it's not your invitation to give.
But you would be doing a great service to Paul.
No, I would
obviously
be,
a troubled
I would
young
be
man.
honoured were Paul
please.
to fondle my face.
Paul, knock
But,
yourself.
leave it to me to invite him.
Well,
go ahead if it would give you pleasure.
It does not give me pleasure. That's the whole point. I hate it. But, you know...
Oh, he's doing it. He's doing it. He's doing...
If this is going to make you throw up, we can both do without that footage on YouTube.
Did you tell your friend why you changed your number?
No, well, what happened is... He used to have a smooth face, and then he grew, and it was a massive beard, and it was all really long and really unkempt, you know, like all long, and then I just couldn't deal with it.
And you've never seen or heard from him since?
Well, I can't, because he hasn't got my number. He can't contact me.
When was this, Paul? How long ago?
2010.
That's oh, sorry, I think I say years.
2010, years after the birth of Christ. Is that...
I mean, you picked a good example. If you saw an image of Jesus Christ, would you have problems looking at it because of the beard? Or does it have to be a friend that's in your personal space?
I mean, Jesus isn't my friend in that way.
He is, Paul.
Yes.
And he's yours, too. But not yours, Lee. All right, so what's it going to be, Lee? Is it true or is it a lie?
What do we think?
True. Absolutely, every word of it.
It's a lie. It's got to be a lie.
You've done the opposite again. OK, so you're saying it's a lie, you're saying it's true. I'm going to go for true.
You're going to say it's true?
Yeah.
OK, Paul Foote, was that true or was it a lie?
It is true.
I like pens.
I know this! It's true! It's true!
I like pens, and I like to know where my pens are. For this reason, I have a 3-point pen policy.
What's your 3-point pen policy?
Well, point 1, I find it important to know where my pens are at any time. For example...
That covers all three, doesn't it?
This pen. No. Point 2 is to be hyper-aware of any pen that I've lent out. Point 3 is to take any opportunity within the bounds of a reasonable interpretation of the law to purloin or otherwise obtain pens.
Name 3 people who have currently got pens of yours that you want back.
There are no people who have pens of mine. A key part of point 2 is to get a pen back as soon as possible. When people say, oh, can I borrow your pen? What I want to say is, absolutely not! Get your own pen, this is mine! However, as part of a scheme I'm working on to try and seem normal would be an exaggeration, but, you know, at least acceptable in broader society, I try not to say that. I try and seem casual about, oh, yeah, borrow my pen, that's fine. And then I'm thinking about it constantly until it is returned.
The pen that you've got with you tonight, is that your own pen or is that a BBC pen?
It is now my pen.
Pass me the pen.
I'd rather not.
Well, you have to. You have to pass me that. I will give it you back.
Yeah.
I will promise to give you the pen back within 5
All
minutes.
right, OK, shall I...
Let's meet halfway.
All right.
It'll be the first time we've made physical contact in 5 years.
I'll see you.
Right, put the pen on the floor and step away. Step away from the pen.
You're going to destroy the pen.
I'm not going to destroy the pen. You've got such a cynical mind. Back away from the pen.
He's going to destroy it.
I'm not going to destroy the pen. That would be infantile. So this is a pen you got from the BBC today.
Yeah.
If I take this pen and say, I'm keeping this pen, what will you do to get the pen back off me?
I will not fight you.
So what are you thinking, Lee?
It didn't seem much of a system, did it? He's going to ask me to have the pen back, I'm going to say no, and he's going to leave it at that.
I'm so sorry.
It is fair to say we have created drama.
You had explicitly reassured him in front of witnesses that you would not break the pen.
I didn't believe him. That is true. I didn't believe him. I knew he'd break the pen. That pen, I'm afraid to say, and I hope this doesn't make me sound heartless, when I put that pen down there, it was dead to me.
Right, Lee, which way are you going? Is he telling the truth or was he telling a lie?
I bet you love pens. I bet you're pretty crazy about pens, but you do not have a 3-point system.
I think he might.
OK, Lee, take a guess. Truth or lie?
We'll say it's a lie.
You're saying it's a lie. David Mitchell, the truth or a lie?
It is, in fact, true. Last winter, I watched in horror as the tube train doors trapped the pom-pom of my bobble hat and carried it off into the darkness of the underground.
These two. So you were getting on the tube, or how did it... Tell us more.
Well, the tube...
I'll rephrase it. Tell us anything you can think of.
OK, fine. The London Tube Network opened in the 1860s.
All right, I'll rephrase it. Specifically about this story.
Yeah. I was trying to get on a train, I was late, and I always run head forwards. Because it's the most aerodynamic way.
Yes.
I didn't want to miss this train because I'd have to wait 2 minutes for the next one. Right. So I was willing to take any sort of risk.
Which door were you going to run through? The double door?
The living room door. It was a double door,
right.
You know.
I enjoyed him in Harry Potter.
Double door.
Oh, I see. Sorry.
I'm there for you, Rob. I'm there for
Thank you.
backup.
I thought I was having a stroke.
Now, talk us through what happens, actually. It's now trapped?
Yeah, the hat's trapped. Because the doors are shut, I, perhaps foolishly, or perhaps sensibly, you be the judge, but I'll have to say what it is first. I sort of recoil.
Yeah.
And that removes the hat. And then I go... There's the hat hanging there.
And off it
I
goes.
thought, at that point, there's no point putting my head back in.
Well, look, David, I've got a bobble hat down here.
Oh, may I keep it?
Would you like to put it on?
Yes.
And try and reenact for us?
Let's see you run.
Yeah. OK.
OK.
They'll have to redo my hair after this. That'll be an hour of your lives you're not getting back.
Right.
OK, all right.
These are
So
my doors.
Yeah.
OK? How fast are you going to run at me?
Slower than you think.
OK. OK.
Yeah.
Ready?
You will be able to see me coming.
So you... Did you just wink at me?
Yes, I did.
Are you flirting with me?
I've never really known what flirting is, but let's see what happens and then we'll know.
Train's going to go now.
Okay,
all the
ready?
passengers are on board. Please stand clear of the doors. Oh, hang on! This is my only speaking bit. Let me say it.
Will you cue me when you finish your monologue?
I'll wink at you. Stand clear of the doors. Stand clear.
I mean, obviously, in reality, I was hurrying down the escalators. I wouldn't like people to think
Go
that
up
I...
there. Go up there. There's stairs there.
That's not how the underground works.
Stand clear of the doors. Stand clear of the doors. You've missed it. It's gone. It's gone. Try again.
Again.
The next one.
You've got to listen. Stand clear of the doors. The doors are closing. Stand clear of the doors. The doors are closing. The doors are closing.
Yes, exactly.
Lee's team, is it true?
No, David seemed to really have to make a lot of effort there to try and get through the tube doors.
Do you think David would run
Head
for
first.
the tube head first?
No, I don't think anyone would.
No.
Yeah, I think it's a lie.
So, they think it's a lie. Were you lying or were you telling the truth?
Well, I was lying. That certainly is a serendipitous series.
Yeah, if that wasn't serendipitous, I wouldn't have been able to do that.
What was the M again?
What?
The M again?
Molly.
And the E?
Was... What?
And the E.
The E. I'll tell you exactly what the E was.
The E was...
It was, in fact. I'll tell you exactly... Erin! You! What?
And the U!
And I
the
loved
U!
her. No? Oh,
The U!
Sally!
Real name,
Sally.
yes. Come on, Lee, you know this. The D.
Give me a D!
The D was...
Mummy! Deirdre!
The E.
Give me an E! Erin!
The B.
Give me a B! That was a long time ago, to be fair. Brenda.
And the R.
And the R was Regine. Regine! Little Regine.
Yeah. Well,
Is that a name?
Regine. It's a name, isn't it? Tell me it's a name. Regine's a name. Anything's a name, isn't it? I went out with a girl called Cupboard for 3 weeks. Not a joke.
Where did Cupboard come in the Bermuda list?
Oh, she was before I invented the acronym system.
Sorry, it was a system. It didn't happen by accident. You were seeking out people beginning with these letters. What was it about the island of Bermuda?
Well, because all my ex-girlfriends went missing.
Where was the hotel, Lee?
The hotel was in Scotland.
OK. Do you want to be more specific than that?
OK. It was right in Scotland.
OK. Be more specific?
More specific?
Yeah.
I was at Alaska.
OK. Oh, yeah, fine. I believe you. What were you doing?
I was at a wedding.
Yeah, when was this wedding?
9 years ago.
You came back from the wedding, so
I came back from the wedding.
Got to the hotel.
I've had a bit too much to drink.
Right.
I go to reception. I say hello. I'm. Well, I'd have to say. And
9 years ago. Yes, you.
But so I told them who I was. She leans round. She gives me the key. I go upstairs. No lift.
Right. She doesn't in any way go, by the way, there is a large man already in this room.
No, obviously, she wasn't aware of the mix-up. Otherwise, she would have stopped me, wouldn't she? She didn't... As I walked off, she didn't go... What? Nothing. You'll see.
So what happened? You were given the key by reception and then opened the door and he was in there?
Correct.
At which point you said...
I was a bit drunk, so I just assumed that there'd been a mix-up, wrong key, I was in the wrong room, so I just went, oh, sorry. And he went, and I thought, I can't remember exactly.
He said what?
He went, oh, sorry. You don't mock him, wait till he opens his mouth in a minute. Rob says, come on, who are you? He goes,
Then you go back down to reception
down.
to say...
I said, you've given me the wrong key.
Yeah. Then she said, sorry, there's been a mix-up.
Been a mix-up, and she said...
You're going to have to go back in there.
I was in the right room, he was in the wrong room, but he checked in earlier on. So it wasn't her mistake, it was a mistake early on by somebody else.
Why didn't you investigate the possibility of sharing with the person in the other room?
Oh, yeah. What I did was I went round all the rooms. I don't think so, do you? You're looking at it, soldier.
When the two of you realised that you were going to have to share a bed together, did you have a kind of a negotiation?
I have never been to bed with anyone where negotiations have been involved. That's not completely true. But,
no, what I mean is, did you say, for example, I like to sleep on this side of the bed? I'm happiest on the right-hand side?
Before we even got to that point, we both tried to not sleep in the same bed. I didn't just go, what the hell are you doing? I'm going to sleep on the left and you can sleep on the right. Good night.
OK, so where in the safari park is the car?
In the lion enclosure.
Where in the safari park is the car?
It's...
Where do you think it is? In the baboon area.
Are you answering for that, Tina? It could have been in the car park. It could have been in the skate.
What would the baboon be doing in the car park?
The baboon?
Yes.
May have escaped.
Yeah, but you can assume it wasn't a car
I'm not
park.
saying that the answer, the baboon enclosure, would have amazed me. But
do you wonder perhaps
I didn't expect to have to defend myself to this extent without asking questions.
It's a stupid question. Where do you think he was? The gift shop?
If it's a stupid question, cut it out in the edit.
No, it'll be left in to show you, for the charlatan that you are,
In the safari park
was your car.
the baboon area!
Thank you. As I suspected.
10 years ago, on this show, I revealed I'd only ever bought one album, Phil Collins' But Seriously. I'm now pleased to report that I've since doubled my collection.
Please, T.
What's the album? What's the new album?
It's... Well, I didn't... it doesn't say on there. I can't remember the name.
You can't remember the name of the only other album you bought.
I know the artiste.
What's the artist?
It was Susan Boyle's.
Why would you buy a Susan Boyle record? With the greatest of respect to Susan, why would you choose her?
Well, because it was, you know, it was much talked about.
Yeah.
At the time of its release, and I was looking for something to write about.
You've not got that journalist job at the NME still, have you, David?
No. For the Observer.
Can you remember the name of any of the songs?
No, but
wow!
But wait. I could guess a lot of the songs because they weren't. I don't think she'd written the songs.
We were talking about it earlier. You
was
said your favourite was "I Dreamed a Dream."
Can you just give us a rendition of that? Can you hum that or sing that or something?
Can I hum "I Dreamed a Dream"?
I don't think you can because we'd have to pay then, so it'd be inappropriate. So
sorry,
you mustn't.
He's very experienced in TV.
That's
well,
annoying.
I'll tell you what, David. I will tell
from
you
the best, Tony Verrill.
Yeah.
David, I will tell you the names of
Yeah.
some of Susan's album releases, or escapes more than releases. And you tell me if any of them ring a bell, OK?
OK.
The Gift.
I don't know.
A Wonderful World.
I reckon that might have been on there.
No, this is the album title.
Oh, sorry. The album title?
Yes. Was the album title The Gift?
I promise you, the album title is not going to ring a bell. Because for me, it was the Susan Boyle album.
OK, you can't remember the name of the album, you can't remember the name of any of the songs.
Yeah.
Can you remember how you felt listening to it?
My recollection is I felt it was fine.
Fine.
Yeah.
What's it going to be, Lee? Trying to guess.
You're saying it's a lie?
No, I actually think it's true.
It's true?
Yes, I'm with Denise, just about.
OK.
OK, going to say true?
True, yes.
OK, David, truth or lie?
It is true.
Wow.
When I worked in McDonald's, my long-term girlfriend joined the queue to my till, and when she got to the counter, she dumped me.
Lee. Lee.
So how old were you?
I was 18. I think I was 18.
OK, so you're 18 years old.
How long did you consider a long-term girlfriend to be when you were 18?
Well, she was actually my first girlfriend. Her name was, presumably is, Kate. Not in touch, she could have died. I mean, I don't know. You know, but,
yeah, look on the bright side.
Kay dumped you. Was she special?
She was. She was.
It's a special K joke. I'm not explaining them all. Am I allowed to mention Special K, Rob, or do I have to mention Crunchy on cornflakes?
Well, I think when it comes to breakfast cereals, there is one that stands head and shoulders above all the rest.
So how long was long-term?
2 years. But when you're 18, that's a long-term
Can
relationship.
you remember what she said to you?
I can't actually, Miranda, no. But what made it doubly heartbreaking was I loved that job, and...
What?
Well, you didn't get a sack, did you?
Well, no, but I loved the job, and then she came in and broke my heart at this place that meant so much to me, and that added to the emotional impact of what she said.
What was it about the job that you loved so much?
Let me tell you a fact about this place. This is amazing, right? The regular meat, which is the meat that goes in their signature burger, it goes from frozen to fully cooked in 44 seconds. I found this amazing.
Fascinating. Well, I wonder why she dumped you.
I
think we should get back to the girl.
Well, she got to the front of the queue. She dumped me there and then. And I left my station, didn't serve the other customers, and then I went to the storeroom and I sat on a box of gherkins. And I cried my eyes out.
Oh, that's gherkins for you, though.
Kay put in her order. She puts in her order and says, I would like burger. Oh, Kate. Oh, that changes everything.
What's her name?
Hang on.
Kate. Hang on, Richard, what's her name?
Special K joke doesn't work. I didn't want to say anything.
No.
Kate.
That's Kate.
Yeah. I thought it deserved a bigger laugh.
I wondered why the hell you said it. They're always trying to work it round to crunchy nut. Leave him alone.
Why don't... Richard, you be young Richard, OK, at the counter of this fast food outlet.
OK.
David, you are a normal customer.
Okay.
Dale is Kate.
Oh. Could I please have a fillet o fish, but with no cheese? Hold the cheese, and put the cheese on the chips, please.
But not with cheese and bread.
Excuse me, where are the toilets?
They're actually just next to my till, actually. The door's just about there.
I'll, see you later, Kate.
Oh, gosh, it's my girlfriend, Kate. Hello, Kate.
Well, I thought I'd come in and see you tonight. I haven't heard from you.
Oh, it's Meryl Streep in The Iron Lady.
I'm afraid, Richard, it's over. You're just not my kind of guy.
Oh, beautiful. So what are you thinking, Lee? Does this sound credible to you?
I'm suddenly going truth, and I think he was dumped in a queue at said burger joint.
I find it staggering that he remembers all the facts that he remembers about how long it takes meat to defrost, and yet he cannot remember what she actually said when she got to the front of the queue.
But is he...
The answer to that is he's a man.
So, Lee, what's it going to be? Truth or lie?
Are we going... You're saying lie, Claire? Is that what you're saying? Miranda says true.
Yeah.
Go on, we'll go with Miranda and say it's true.
You're going to say it's true? OK. Richard Bacon, was that the truth or was it a lie?
That story is true.
I once lost Julian Lloyd-Webber's cello because I was chatting up a parking attendant.
Well, David and Tina.
A lot of factors there. Why were you in possession of Julian Lloyd-Webber's cello?
Because he had lent it to me.
Why would he lend you his cello?
Well, not exactly lend. I was kind of looking after it.
Where were you, Alex?
I was in Manchester.
Right.
Yeah.
Was he playing? Was he doing a gig or something?
He was doing, he was like with an orchestra, but he had his own solo part, so he played.
I know an orchestra. They have an instrument each, don't they?
Yeah, but David, he had a special part.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah.
But for which he didn't need his cello. It was he asked you to hold the cello.
This was before.
And go and check on the parking scenario in the middle of the symphony.
This was before the concert.
Okay.
So did you know him?
I hadn't met him before. No.
But what was the great attraction of the parking attendant?
Very handsome, very fit. It was very hot.
How did you tell under a big hat like that and his jacket up
He
there?
didn't have a hat on. They were very modern parking attendants.
Oh, he didn't have a hat
on?
I think we need to analyse this story chronologically.
Right. Yes. We start again.
Now, it is the day of the concert.
Right.
Yes. Dawn breaks.
Right.
Where are you and where is Julian Lloyd-Webber?
Julian Lloyd-Webber and I are both in Manchester.
When did you meet?
In the car park.
Said like a true Welsh girl.
No, the car park... I'm afraid the car park is not an acceptable answer to the question, when did you meet?
Right.
Because the car park is a place, not a time.
Let me set the scene.
OK.
So, I'm in the car park with the car park attendant.
Of course you are. Yeah.
The car park attendant is just there. He hasn't got a hat on. He's not that official.
He's just generally hanging around the car park all sexy.
He's just hanging out.
Yeah.
What's he wearing at the time?
Has he got anything on?
Is he naked?
He's got jeans on and a T-shirt.
Jeans and a T-shirt?
And an
This is just
jacket.
some guy.
Some bloke.
He's told you he's a
on.
car park attendant because he wants to sound important.
Is that important?
Yeah, it's the sexiest thing you can say. Everyone knows that.
Julian Lloyd-Webber walks in with his cello.
With his cello, which weighs about 4 ton.
No, they're not that heavy.
Well,
Chris.
no.
They're not that heavy. And for someone like Julian, who's probably got a bit of sinew and bicep because of all his playing, it would be very light.
Yeah.
It's not
That's
going
how
to feel
they
heavy.
pick cellists, isn't it? They
Yes.
pick the ones that can carry it. You can teach anyone to play it, but it's the carrying it that's the trick.
He pitches up. He's on his phone.
Yeah. Oh, while carrying the cello.
Yeah.
What a guy.
Were you trying to get off with the car park man because you wanted to not pay for your own parking?
It's difficult to know if you're a car park attendant whether any relationship you're in is genuine. Is it me or is it just for the free parking?
Did he just hand the cello to you with a nod like that while he was on the understanding that you would know what he meant?
No, he'd put it down on his side and then just went...
What happens then?
Yes, this is crucial.
Then Julian comes off the phone, taps me on the shoulder. Where's my cello? I look round, cello gone.
What? No!
It was the car parking attendant.
Who took the cello then?
The cello had made its way into the concert hall.
Of course
On its own.
On its own.
The very best cellos can do that, can't they?
Well, somebody has taken the cello, gone into the concert hall with the cello. Julian and me flummoxed.
Flummoxed? So this is not an attempt to steal the cello. This is a do-gooder seeing an unattended cello and thinking, well, I can't leave that lying around. Someone could steal it. I'd better steal it.
It was a good citizen who thought, that's worth millions. It's on its own. I'll take it in.
Why were you at this concert? What was your ostensible role?
I was a runner researcher. So I was working on a television programme that they were making.
That's new information.
You didn't say that.
I'm suddenly coming round to
I know.
Julian's point of view.
I know.
So what do you think, David? What are you going to say?
It's utter nonsense.
You think it's nonsense?
I'm going to say she's lying.
You both
I'm
think
gonna
she's
say
lying?
She's lying, yeah.
She's lying.
Well, I think it's true.
Do you?
But not enough to overrule. I haven't...
Oh, don't say that, because now you...
Well, no, it's very rarely that I overrule. At the moment, I believe in democracy.
Yeah.
But if it turns out you guys are wrong, I may lose my belief in democracy, and this could become a police state.
So your answer is?
We're going to say it's a lie.
Saying it's a lie. Right. Alex
Actually,
Jones.
no, we're going to say it's true. Sorry, police state time. We're going to say it's true.
I like that. I like that. I find that arousing.
Alex, truth or lie?
Rob, you should have to take the first answer on this programme. It's true.
Yes, it's true. Alex did lose Julian Lloyd-Webber's cello because she was chatting up a parking attendant.
To keep things exciting at home, every time I fill our tin with normal tea bags, I slip in 1 Earl Grey, knowing it could surprise me at any time.
Please, Steve. Oh, it's for your own interest, not for the surprise of your wife.
Well, it could. I mean, she could be surprised by it also.
Do you put a normal tea bag in with the Earl Grey and let it brew, or is it in
No, it's in the tin of tea bags.
In the tin?
I
OK.
fill the tin of tea bags with normal tea bags, but with 1 Earl Grey tea bag in the mix, give it a little bit of a...
This is David's version of an adrenaline sport.
It's not for the flavour.
Oh.
It's for the surprise element.
That's it?
Yeah,
it's as dull as it sounds. That's it.
What you've got to remember is I'm quite an uninteresting person, and I've been doing this programme since 2006. So, you know, this is all we've got now.
Now, the question is when you sip it and it's Earl Grey, is it a pleasant surprise or, damn? Because you obviously don't like it, otherwise you'd be drinking it all.
Absolutely. Do you know what I think overall, and I'm sorry to make this even more boring than it is already, but overall...
It's impossible.
Yeah. Overall, it is a neutral experience, because I don't like the Earl Grey tea as much, and yet the surprise element brings it up to the same level as a normal cup of tea.
80 bags, box of Earl Grey. You could probably work it out, Lee. Is that 80 weeks that you'll have to have that box of Earl Grey?
How many cups of tea are you drinking a day?
Oh, I mean, loads. 5 to 8.
So 5 to 8. So he's getting through a box of tea bags every 10 days.
Every 10 days.
Takes a long time to get through a box of Earl Grey, although sometimes...
The Earl Grey's, hang on, the Earl Grey's almost 3 years old. By the time you've got to the last Earl Grey. And at no point, when you put when you get after...
You're interested now, aren't you? The sheer age of it.
I'm interested because...
old, David.
Because at the end, when you put your last Earl Grey in, and that box is empty, where most normal people would then go, that's probably enough.
Yeah.
You'll go, I think I'll go again. A new 3-year cycle. It's a 3-year commitment each time.
The thing you have to remember, sometimes people come round to the house and if you could believe that, you'll believe anything.
Yeah. But they don't ever leave.
And ask for Earl Grey.
Yeah,
and then I'm just willing to take one from the Earl Grey box.
But what if you've run out and it was your final one in the thing? You're like, oh my God! It's disaster.
It's never happened. But obviously, what a frantic and exciting scene.
You say you're welcome to an Earl Grey, but you may have to have...
You find it!
You must have 80 cups of tea to find it. No, you're not going to! They're tied to the radiator in the cellar. Let us go!
OK, time to decide. Lee, what are you going to say?
I believe David is capable of doing this. He needs that little thrill.
You know I need excitement in my life.
You need excitement, but this is a lot of...
It's not exciting.
So you're saying it's a lie. David?
It was, in fact, a lie. I recently ended up in A&E after attempting to use a sledgehammer to crack a nut.
These two. Right. First of all, what type of nut was it?
A walnut.
Of course. A walnut. Did you use the floor or the wall?
I used a bit of kitchen surface.
What is your work surface made from?
Well, at home...
No, in your shed. What is your kitchen work surface made from in your kitchen?
It's a sort of... It's... I don't really know.
OK.
Why did you have a sledgehammer in the kitchen?
Well, it was... But the... I didn't.
Oh, so it's not true?
This didn't happen.
Oh, OK.
At all. It's crazy.
Wow, we broke in quickly tonight, didn't we?
This didn't happen at my house.
Where did it happen?
At my parents' house.
Why were you trying to describe your house when you were talking about the work
Because he
surface?
kept asking me about my own work surface. I'm just trying to be as helpful as possible.
OK, can you tell us the colour of the kitchen surface in your parents' house?
Brown.
Brown. Was it
brown?
Is it a wood?
No.
Did it look like a tree but flat?
I don't know what it's made of, but it's...
Is it Formica?
Might be Formica.
Wooden Formica.
Formica.
Your parents have got wooden Formica tabletops. Why don't you use your television money and treat them, you
So there's a walnut in your parents' house.
Yeah, there is.
For whatever reason, maybe hunger, want to open it.
Yeah.
There's a sledgehammer.
Why is the sledgehammer in your mum and dad, apart from the fact that he knew you were coming round?
I had to go and find the sledgehammer.
Where was it?
It was in the garage.
Right.
We couldn't find any nutcrackers.
Well, your parents... your parents were witnessing this?
Yes, I wasn't on my own in my parents' house, smashing away at my hand like a maniac.
It seems to me that on the evolutionary scale between nutcracker and sledgehammer, there are some other things you might find lying about the house. I wouldn't...
Well, and 3 shattered iPads later, I found the
Who was there, by the way, in this? Who was witnessing this?
There were... my parents were there, my brother, his wife, my wife.
Peter Gabriel.
David's not going to get that joke. Do you want me to explain? Are you all right with that, David?
Sledgehammer.
Oh, sledgehammer. Oh, yeah. Very good.
Sorry, I'll rephrase that. Rob and David aren't going to get this joke.
I have no idea, but there wasn't anyone called Peter Gabriel.
OK, now, we know that this story ends with you in accident and emergency.
Yes.
How did that happen?
Well, I'd cracked a few nuts with this sledgehammer, and then maybe I got a bit cocky.
Oh.
And I left my thumb in the way.
Oh, no.
And it was carnage.
Sorry, there's a really... The thumb. Can we have a look?
All right. No.
When was this before we looked? This Christmas, just gone?
It was this Christmas, yes.
So they should look pretty bad, this thumb.
Well,
what happened? Was it...
You'll find there's absolutely no visible scar. And neither is there on that one.
What a credit to our National Health Service, ladies and gentlemen.
Everyone was absolutely marvellous.
It's weird.
One might almost say miraculous.
Did they say any bones were broken in your thumb?
They X-rayed it, and fortunately not. They said, in a few months, you won't be able to tell this has happened.
Of course. In essence...
Hey, they were right. No. They were spot on.
All right, what are you thinking, Lee? Has this been the truth, has he made it up?
There's bits of it.
Well, the bits that are true are that he's got thumbs.
I believed everything until we looked at his thumbs.
There's nothing
And
there.
then I was like, that man not only has not hit himself in the thumb with a sledgehammer, but I don't think he's picked up anything in weeks.
You think lie, don't you?
I would say that it's a lie.
You're saying it's a lie. David, truth or lie?
It is a lie. Last summer, I lost a tennis match when a bee buzzed up the leg of my shorts at a crucial moment.
Please, team.
Right.
What was the crucial moment?
Match point.
What was the score at that point in sets?
I'll be honest, we only played one set.
And what was the score in games at that point?
At that point?
Yes.
The score in games...
I think you know what I'm asking you, David.
...was 5-4.
To you.
3-2-1, I'm going to tell you. It was 5-4.
To you.
No, I lost.
Oh, I see, a crucial point.
Right, so, did this bee sting you, or did he come in, have a quick shufty and exit?
A shufty and exit.
Well, did he exit out the other leg?
Or was anything blocking his passage?
Do you play regularly?
I don't really know. I used to play more regularly, but
What standard would you say you are? If 0 is someone that's never played in ever, and 10 is Boris Becker, what are you?
What's 1?
Tim Henman.
Well, in this case, I'm probably a 0.3.
Would you give us a demonstration of your serve technique?
Oh, yes.
It'd be lovely, I think, for Lee and his team. If they had an idea, they look at this serve, they say, well, there's a guy who wouldn't be bamboozled by a bumble, or maybe he would.
I have to say, I think this is totally pointless. I'll do it.
I like a man who joins in with the fun.
I'm so sorry, this is just a waste of your time. This is it. This is the racket in my right hand.
David, why don't?
I'm so sorry. Rob. OK, caught it. Ready?
You're not going to fire it at me, are you?
I'll
aim it over there.
I'll zing it down that way.
Please do, yeah.
OK?
That's barely going to go over the net.
You don't believe I serve like that?
No.
I want to see your feet off the ground and put something... I want to see you grunting.
Oh, hang on, wait a minute. Got a ball, have you?
You went over there.
Right, go on then.
I'm going to grunt.
Go for
I'm
it.
going to put my back into this.
Go on then.
I'm going to show I want it.
You're doing that with your hands, he's trying to get rid of the bees.
I'm bouncing the ball.
That's how you congratulate a small child. Well done, son. You did very well.
OK, and...
That was lovely, thank you. That was lovely. That was more than we could ever have hoped. Thank you. What do you think?
He doesn't look like a tennis player.
He probably has picked up a tennis racket. I don't think he's claiming to be at county level.
He doesn't look like he would be at any level.
No, but he...
I think that's a lie.
You think it's a lie?
Yeah.
Rick?
I think it's a lie, because he would... Maybe a bee flew up his shorts when he was having ice cream, but he definitely wasn't...
That's the most belittling thing I've ever heard on this show. OK, we're saying it's a lie.
OK, David. Was that the truth, or was it a lie?
It was a lie. I once hired a jet ski, but...
Lie. Again. We need to hear no more, David.
I once hired a jet ski, but couldn't work out how to stop it, so had to buzz around the bay for 50 minutes until it ran out of petrol.
I take it back. You did.
I can so imagine you doing that.
Please,
absolutely.
team.
So where was this?
It was in Antigua.
In Antigua?
Was this in your boy single lads days?
He never had those days.
Yeah.
Right. It's your first time on the show, isn't it?
It is.
Why were you in Antigua?
On holiday.
Was the Winchester Steam Museum shut? Why would you choose...
I arrived at the Winchester Steam Museum and it was shut, and so I went straight to Antigua.
When was this?
I think about 2 years ago.
And who were you with?
My wife.
And what got into your head? I could imagine you renting a sun lounger and opening up a weighty tome. I could imagine that. But I can't see you saying, now you relax here, I'm just going to go and bomb around the bay for a while.
Were you with your wife on the jet skis, or did she stay on dry land?
She stayed on dry land.
So you were on your own going round? You weren't with other people?
And it was your idea?
Look, I thought I'd have a bit of a go.
What were you wearing, David?
Sort of swimming shorts.
What length were the shorts? Were they sort of Daniel Craig, or...
They weren't as long as Daniel Craig.
What do you wear?
Like shorts. I said swimming shorts. They've got a pocket.
Wow.
They've got a pocket. They've got a pocket, and they've got netting on the inside to keep everything in order.
All right. You jump on, you're looking back at your wife. Ah, look at me. And then what happens?
Well, to be honest, I'm not like, look at me at all, because I must say, as soon as I get going, it becomes immediately apparent to me that I don't like it.
Oh, no.
Hang on, here's a big question then. You did it until the petrol ran out, did you say?
Yeah.
So, did you manage to time perfectly that the petrol had run out just as you got back to the jetty?
No.
So you were stuck now in the middle of the sea?
Yeah. What I didn't do is head straight out away from the coast. The point where my plan formed, I thought I'll just go up and down quite near the jetty, thinking I'll be able to swim to the jetty if the worst comes to the worst.
So what happened then? You just kept going, and then eventually it coughed and spluttered.
Yeah.
Talk us through.
Well, I kept going, and then eventually it coughed and spluttered.
All right. Lee, what are you going to say?
What do we think?
You have a great physique.
You've got to warn me before you say things like this.
A great physique for what?
For maybe, I don't know, a game of billiards or Cluedo.
Yeah.
And I don't quite think that jet skiing is completely your thing.
I agree.
I don't even think he has ever been to Antigua.
So you're saying lie, you're saying lie.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that's a lie.
You're going to say it's a lie?
I'll go with the team.
David, truth or lie?
It is a lie.
There'll be a little box under your desk.
Thank you.
There's a card inside, David. Read the card out first, and then
This
when you've
is
done that...
just a little something me and Rob got you for Christmas.
And then, once you've read it out, then pop the object on the desk.
OK. These are two of the best gifts I was given last Christmas.
OK, and take them out and pop them on the desk. There we are.
Yeah.
Right. Lee.
Well, first question is what... And I can see what one of them is, but what's the other one?
It's a hat.
No. What's the stick thing?
Yeah.
It's a wand. You know,
OK.
You do magic with it.
Well, don't wave it around. Anything could happen.
Who bought you it?
Yes. My wife.
Oh.
That bit is true, in case you
Yeah.
wonder. He has got a wife. Yeah. Most people don't believe it at this point, but it is. He has got a wife.
Just to give us a fuller picture, let's see if the hat fits. And if it does, wear it.
On and then get the full, let's get the full effect.
Ah, but does the wand fit?
And then hold the wand.
So.
Well,
Cool.
You look like a proper Dickensian gentleman.
When you open the present, did you say this is lovely? But what is it for?
It's no. She said it was a wand thing where you can. It's got a battery in it.
Oh, it's a cordless one.
And you can make it. You can make it be a remote control.
Am I allowed to touch David's wand?
You can inspect it if you want to, but don't damage it. I'll get. Do you want me to get it?
You don't trust me to get it without damaging it.
I'm just happier when you sat down.
OK. Get me the wand, please.
Were you born in a little northern town called Double Entendre?
Actually, in Cockermouth.
I don't know.
First thing is, I can't see any way you can get batteries in this thing, and it's got a light on the end, so obviously it does do something electronic. But I don't know where you would put a battery. You don't put a battery in the end of there, do you? Can you get a battery in the end of there?
No.
Oh, hello. Look, the end comes off, so we can definitely... It's an electronic item, definitely. That is a definite. And that's definitely a hat. I'm not an idiot. Rob, I broke it.
I mean, really?
Well, something's come off the end. David, I'll get you another one, I promise.
You actually have lost
The end's fallen off the...
There
it is, there it is.
Give me the hat.
Oh, I've set on the hat!
Give me the hat.
Well,
would you wear that in the house, the hat, David? Would you wear it around the house?
No, I wouldn't wear a hat indoors. Basically, you'd wear a hat like this when you've, on the way from the cab to the scene of the murder.
So what do you think, Lee? What is your team thinking on this?
Well, I'm interested that Rob warns off manhandling and hurting it. Would David be that bothered?
I have got history on this show.
History of breaking things?
He owned a pen in one episode, when it was his pen.
And you broke it?
Damn right.
There was another episode where he was supposedly a beloved teddy bear that I didn't own, but he didn't know, and he tore its head off.
So, now, David, I would like to know, was there any explanation from your wife at all? Because obviously you've picked this up, you haven't known what this is.
An explanation?
Yes, to
is that
why
when you're given a present, do you ask for an explanation?
It's
quite aggressive.
Let me finish, David. Was there any explanation at all as to why she married you?
No, she's never explained that, but I don't want to ask too many questions. I want to a good thing.
My husband bought me a dress that was 2 sizes too small once because he wanted me to lose weight so I could wear it. He did, and then when he gave it to me, he said, "Look forward to seeing you in it." So for his birthday, I bought him a coffin.
So what are you going to say then, Lee's team? Is he telling the truth?
Kelly, you're saying...
Lie.
You're saying lie?
I'll say lie as well.
OK, I have to go in my team and say it's a lie.
So the team is saying lie. David, truth or lie?
It is true.
For the past 6 months, I've been using David Mitchell to get me off to sleep each night.
Oh. No further questions, true. OK. What medium are you listening to David through?
I have found a stash of podcasts of The Unbelievable Truth.
Oh, the radio show. For those that don't know, could you describe The Unbelievable Truth?
There's 4 panellists, and they each deliver a lecture, and the other panellists have to... Oh, see, I'm going off now. Have to find the truth.
Look, this is
amongst the
not
lies.
going to get picked up by American TV with this bit.
What is it about David's nasal drone that sends you on? What's the quality in there that appeals to you?
It's entertaining and it's soothing. It's like a sort of father telling me a bedtime story.
And how do you listen to him? What have you got headphones and?
No, I just have my phone very close to my
the
pillow.
speaker on the phone.
Yeah.
But what about your husband?
He takes his deaf aids out. He turns them off at night. You can't hear anything.
He has his own way of listening to David.
There is a lovely rhythmical quality to David's spoken word.
It's very relaxing and it's not in the slightest bit irritating.
No, that's right. That's right.
It's
not in the slightest bit irritating. I'm going to quote you on that because it's not everyone's view.
series across the box.
He's not irritating, he's tedious.
It's not tedious. No, because if it was tedious, I'd go off on my own train of thought, which would be stimulating and would wake me up.
See.
But, you know, a lecture on medieval castles, whew.
How do you get off at night, Alan?
Not very frequently.
How do you visit the land of Nod?
I spray my pillow.
Steady!
Sleep mist. After which my wife coughs for a bit and I'm asleep.
All right, so what are we thinking now, Leisha? Does this strike you as true?
Not really. I feel like there's so many other things you can listen to that would put you to sleep.
All right, Alan?
Philip is clearly a fan. True, for me.
All right.
I think it might be true because he has got a voice that can, you know...
Comforting.
That's not the word I was looking for.
What are you going to say?
I think it's true.
You're going to say it's true? OK, Philippa. Truth or lie?
It is
Possession.
Right, well, you know the form. There's a box on the desk.
Could be.
Take out the object first and show us that, and then read out the card, please.
Stop! It's true! It's true! Move on! You don't even need to hear it.
This is my bare tablecloth. Customs officers once cut his head off and searched him for smuggled goods.
Can we see? Is there proof? Let me
Yes,
see.
as you can see.
Is there any way of telling?
There's some stitching there.
Oh, just tilt his chin up then so we can see the stitching.
let's have a
Not
look.
too much, I'm going to upset him. All right.
Can we have a look at the burr?
Yes, of
We'll
course
see
you
the
can have the
stitches.
bit, yeah.
Throw him over it violently.
No, don't
I couldn't possibly.
Come on, he's been decapitated. He's seen worse.
You can't throw the bear. That'd be a shame.
Thank you, Lorraine.
Sorry, I meant you to pass it to Rob. I've now, made you do the whole journey. Take the bear over there, please, Lorraine. It's in my contract. I never leave the desk.
David, just look at me. Right.
I didn't...
How's this making you feel?
That's terrible. Oh, no.
That's really terrible.
Isn't it awful?
So he feels.
Really is.
He's had his head cut off and his thing ripped up, but that's not possibly upsetting.
Dave, why did you call this bear tablecloth?
Yes.
Because when I was very little, he had a little jacket made out of a tablecloth.
If this turns out to be a lie, you are a shameless little light entertainer.
Coming from you, Lee, that is a compliment.
Where was the customs? Where were we going from or to? Or?
We were going back from Minorca.
What did they say they were looking for?
I imagine it was a sort of a spot check.
Did you see them carving the head off? Was it happening in front of you on the table, on the...
No, I'm glad to say I was shielded from that moment.
David, I'm going off this story. You heartless bastard. Sorry, tablecloth.
What?
Do it to him. Smash his face
Give
on.
me the bear. Oh, I'm taking the bear into care.
You're about to do an appeal.
Was there any reason why they didn't check the arms and legs?
Yeah. I don't know. I should have asked them to. I should have said, call that thorough.
What's that?
I'd have done this before.
Yeah. What's that you say? You say it's time for Lee's team to take a guess? All right. What do you think?
Maybe he's in denial, and the truth is he, as an adult, was searched for drugs, and he's so traumatised by what they did to him.
Yeah.
He's had to create a teddy bear and put it all onto him.
Yeah. Show us on the teddy bear what they did to the customer.
Show us on the teddy bear where they've shoved their fist.
That's why the bear's hands are like that.
OK, we can say lie, are we, Sue?
I think so.
Lie.
I think so.
I don't think I can argue with that. So
OK,
lie.
David.
Well, it is a lie.
Have a look inside and show us what's there.
Smooth bit.
This is my special travel dressing gown. I'm contractually obliged to finish the card. It's the one item I always pack when I go on holiday.
Could you, first things first, could we have the full modelling of the dressing gown, please?
Give us a nice twirl.
Oh.
Can we smell it?
I think you should come out here, David, so you can see. Enjoy the space. Well, he's having trouble putting it on. It's,
Well, he's not abroad, he's confused.
Have you forgotten the cord?
The cord is missing.
Just hold it as though it were done up so we get a proper idea.
Do you mind smoking a pipe and solve a crime?
Oh, I'd love that.
Can I ask, Dave, where did you get it from?
1924.
I think it's from Marks and Spencer's.
Is it? What did you say it's my special travel dressing gown?
Yes. I don't know if travel dressing gown is a technical term, but I have two dressing gowns. This is one. The other is a thicker toweling dressing gown, which takes up more space in a suitcase.
Do you take pyjamas? Do you wear anything under it, or...?
Yes, I usually...
I feel sick.
Usually, what I don't do is I don't tend to wear it over, you know, like normal clothes like this.
This is like the worst sexy chat line I've ever rung over in my life. I'm naked under here.
To be honest, Lee, I don't know why you come into so many encounters with me expecting arousal.
Does that go with you at any trip or certain trips?
No, only if I'm going to stay the night somewhere.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. I didn't think you'd go I didn't think you were walking around Dixon's in it.
I'd like you to take a guess, please. Is he telling the truth or is he constructing a lie?
Patsy?
True.
You think it's true?
Yeah.
Chris?
Based on the design of the dressing gown and his demeanour, I think they fit.
So, Lee, what's it going to be?
I'll go with my team. So
You're going to say it's true?
Yeah.
David Mitchell, is it true or is it a lie?
It is true.
Yes, it's true. That is David's special dressing gown.
It's just a dressing gown. That's not my special dressing gown. Like, I think it's got a personality.
It's David's special dressing gown.
You are never going to get away from that now. Everyone who sees this show will look at you and see that forever.
Basically, my entire image has been destroyed by this show. I was like a cool guy who was into music and modern art before this show, before all the stuff about dressing as an 18th century nobleman and having a little bell came out. The travel dressing gown is just the tip of the iceberg. On a wall in my flat, there is a mysterious red switch. I have no idea what it does because I have never pressed it and refuse to do so.
Right, mysterious red switches. Lee.
Where's the switch?
It's on the wall. Sort of, not directly, but slightly behind the television.
Haven't you just had to be tempted to touch it? see what it does.
It's not that distracting. It's, you know, it's bright red. I'd say it's about maybe 3/4 of an inch or an inch wide.
It sounds like one of those cooker switches, doesn't it?
It's a bit like that sort of switch. It's sort of cocked up in a sort of inviting way that you might want to give a tweak
so it's in an upward position. You'd have to flick it down.
Exactly.
Oh, that's always more scary, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is your house...
If it were down, I'd assume that whatever it does was happening.
Right, and
I'd be afraid to turn it off.
That would be awful.
I might need it. You know, it might turn the oxygen off.
You've never gone near it? You've never touched it?
Gone near it?
But you've never
I've gone very near it. I don't live in a very large flat. I can't cordon off a whole area of the living room just because of the proximity of a mysterious switch. I need that space.
How long have you been in your flat and ignored this switch?
Well, I've moved into the flat about 11 years ago.
That's a long time to ignore a switch.
But sometimes I do other things. It's not just been solidly ignoring the switch 24 hours a day.
How is your granddad's dialysis machine going at the moment?
So, Lee, what are you going to say? This mysterious switch, is it true?
I started believing it because I thought, yeah, you do have those switches in your house and you don't know what they're for. I've got them.
But you'd have to flick the switch, wouldn't you?
Oh, I'd have to
flick the switch.
I would be flicking that switch.
You can't not fiddle, can you? It's there, you've got to play with it.
Yes, well, you know...
I remember seeing an episode of this show when David talked about his bedroom door, didn't have a door handle on it. He had to claw his door open every single time he opened his bedroom door.
Yeah.
So therefore, he's not going to bother about a switch.
No, he lives in a slum,
He's going to
doesn't he?
leave the... basically, yes, he does.
He lives in a slum.
So I say it's true.
If they paid proper repeat fees on Dave, it would be different.
So, Lee, what are you going to say? Truth or lie?
Des.
He's telling a lie.
You think he's telling a lie?
Yes.
Why?
Well, I don't think he can ignore that. Look at that intelligent face. Look at that beard now. He does look like a professor.
He hasn't got a bedroom door handle, Des.
How do you know?
How do you
Because
know?
I've watched...
So, truth or lie?
I think I will go with Tess and say it's true.
You're saying it's true? David, truth or lie?
It is true.
Yes!
Oh, well done.